Hi everyone, happy Sunday. I am going to share with you a journal I created. I was super inspired, and I will tell you by who, and I will link you the videos down below. And I'm going to try to do this as easy as I can because, again, I'm filming on my iPhone and I have a mini tripod, and so it's really hard to maneuver my book or any project around this little tripod. So I'll apologize in advance. Okay, so I saw a video by Limor Weber here on YouTube. She did a Ustream class. It was an altered encyclopedia. It was an altered book. She did the cover and just one page on the inside, and it was awesome, totally cool. And then Monica here on YouTube, she is Bcdoula. She had to also taken that class, and then she did a book. It was a wedding guest book, and she shared it. I totally loved, and that's where I got this whole rectangle corner collage thing idea. And then this journal that I made one similar about, I don't know, a year or so ago, and I was inspired to do those by Tangie Baxter. If you've seen my Bean Chronicles, it's one of my older junk journals. I learned how to do that from Tangie Baxter by using, like I said, repeating myself, using just a composition book. So I kind of combined those two styles, Limor, Tangie Baxter, and then how I do my junk journals with like sewing in pockets and tags and stuff. I combined them all together and came up with this, so I want to share it with you. I won't go into too much detail on how to do this because you can watch Limor's video, and then I won't go into super detail on how you do the pages. I'll just kind of breeze over it because you can watch Tangie's videos. I think there's 3, and she tells you step by step how to do it. So let me show you first. Like I said, it's just a composition book. I have one here that's been primed and painted with a color wash, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. So it's just one of the cheapy 99-cent composition books that you can buy like at Target and stuff when, you know, all the time. And what I've done is opened it up flat, and I took some white gesso, and because I didn't want to cover it with paper. That's why I really liked the way Limor did her altered encyclopedia. She covered the whole front and back with white gesso, and then started from there. So that's what I did, so that way it would cover the cover. And then I did a color wash with a really pretty Delta soy paint seafoam color, and I just created a really light wash. I squeezed some of this paint into a little container and used a foam brush. I added some water, and then I just brushed it over after the gesso had dried. That's what I did. And then I took this stamp. It's one of the Michael's cheapy, the $1.50, and I painted white gesso. The same gesso. I painted it on the stamp with the foam brush and stamped all over, which I'm going to show you the back right now of the journal before I get into how I did everything else. So you will see the back. I stamped the front too, but you don't see it as clearly as you do on here. I stamped the white the flowers that I inked up with the white gesso, stamped them all over. Okay, so I did that front and back. Okay, and then if it seemed a little too bright, I just went over it with another coat of the seafoam wash. That way I could, if it looked like whatever I did that seemed a little too bright, I just went over it with it again, so I could also make the cover a little darker and then also take away some of that stark white. Okay, then I did Limor's collage with the rectangle papers strips that she cut. I did that technique here, right here, using a Die Cuts with the View Sunday afternoon stack. I just cut a whole bunch of strips and did some thick, thin. I did like 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, and 1.5 inch pieces, and then just kind of pieced them together so that I'd have a nice little collage right there. Okay, I did that, and then what she did also is she went over with a sponge brush with some gesso to kind of mute down those bright colors. So pretty much exactly what she did. Okay, I did that. And then out of the paper stack, there was the paper with clouds on it, and I cut them out, glued them down right here. What else did I do when it comes to ink and paint before I tell you how I wrote on it? I also used Tim Holtz Distress Stains to go around the edges of stuff. I did that, and yeah, okay. Then I glittered up some of the rectangles with some stickles. Not every single rectangle, but just kind of picked a few to here and there, make some, some lines with the glitter. I did the Julie netting stamp, the girl right here, and then obviously paper pieced her dress. This is another stamp. It's a old Jen Wilson My Mind's Eye stamp. I did that one. Also again with the white gesso. And then I outlined everything with a black pit pin, the Faber-Castell. Okay, so I love quotes. I love to collect quotes. And since I was going to create this thing myself, I am really getting brave and just using my own writing. I, practice and I just figure if it's something that I create, I love to see writing on it and not always typed or stamped sayings or quotes or, writing. I like to add my own touches to it. So what I've done in a few of these rectangles is I've written some quotes. The first one right here says, don't let someone dim your light simply because it's shining in their eyes. This one right here was actually off of a We Are Memory Keepers pattern paper, and it just had a whole bunch of writing and positive words and stuff. And one of them said, tell me, what do you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? That's right there. This one up here on top, I just did top secret, top secret, top secret, top secret, with some little hearts. And this one going down on the side reads, why fit in when you were made to stand, why fit in when you were born to stand out? And that's a quote by Dr. Seuss. And I don't know if I already said it, but I did outline all of the rectangle collage with that pin. Right here I did the Dear Diary. You can see it. And then I cut them out, and then I covered them with some glossy accents. And stamped classified. I don't know if I already said that, but I just, like I said, did a lot of outlining. Okay, so then all around the perimeter, I wrote a quote that I heard today on a show called Orange is the New Black. It's a original Netflix series. If you get a chance to watch it, it's really good. I really liked it. And during one of the episodes, one of the characters, they call her Crazy Eyes, Suzanne's her name, she was having a conversation with the main character, Piper, and basically explaining how Piper's not a really nice person, and she kind of hurt Crazy Eyes' feelings, and Piper comes to apologize, and Crazy Eyes is cleaning the bathroom, and she's mopping. And when you mop, you start in a corner so that you can work your way from the inside out, and you don't have to step back over where you just mopped. So it's basically a metaphor explaining about looking at yourself first, or looking on the inside first. So what she said, and I'll tell you, is you've got to start from the inside out, or else you'll step on the clean. So that's what Crazy Eyes says to Piper, and she's referring to mopping, but it's a metaphor. She's talking about herself because Piper's not a very nice person. So you always need to look on the inside first and work your way out. So you guys get the drift, so you know what I mean. Anyways, I totally liked that quote. I thought it was really fitting, so I wrote it down, and then I just wrote it around the edges. And I wrote Suzanne, she's the one who said it, and they quotation marks, Crazy Eyes, from Orange is the New Black, and then just did some doodling. That's a front, and you have to watch Tangie's video to why you see all the ribbons and stuff here, because she shows you how to put the whole junk journal together. On the back, I just left it plain with the exception of the white flowers, but I did write a quote by Jen Pasteloff. She has a YouTube channel, She's a yoga instructor. She is a motivational speaker, inspirational speaker. She's really, really great. I love her whole outlook on life, and her videos are awesome. She does a vlog, like just a couple minute videos, and they're really good. But I wrote down one of her quotes, and it reads, "Live with intention." And I wrote it around the outside. Live with intention, with love, and with passion. Do what makes you thrive, what inspires you, what makes you come alive. Jen Pasteloff. So I wrote that. I thought that was really fitting. And then, did I miss anything? I don't think so. Oh, I did outline the clouds with some of the stickles as well. Okay. On the inside, I did the same thing. I painted the inside front and back cover with the gesso, and then I did a wash with another one of those soy paints, but I think the color was curry, made it real watery. And what I do is I paint it on with the foam brush, and then I take a paper towel, you can see here, and then if it's too heavy or too watery, runny, I just, go over it and kind of take off some of the color, and then you can always go back and add. So that's what's nice. If you take off too much, you can just go back and add it. I did that, and then outlined again with some of the doodling, both front and back. This is a very large library pocket. With this one, I stamped with the gesso flowers, and then I color washed over it. So you got that resist technique, so the paint doesn't stick to the stamped flowers. And then I outlined a little bit with some Distress Stain by Tim Holtz. I used the Wild Honey, and then I clipped out again the words that I printed on the computer. I did this in another video. Every girl has a story, and then I outlined it, framed it, where I cut them out, and then I wrote, "So be sure to tell yours," in my own handwriting. Okay, and then this is where I've done my style of the junk journals along with Tangie's, everything that she teaches you to do. So watch those videos, and then I'm just going to flip through, but then you'll get the idea. So you glue down randomly, like skip a couple pages and then throw in a pattern paper and like a file folder tab. And I've just gone in and I've crumpled all the pages. Let me back up. Before doing your pattern paper, you go through the whole composition book and just crumple your pages like this. Like just basically roll them up, do whatever. Watch her video again, because she shows you how to do it. Crumpled them all up. You can either do Distress ink, is what she does. I used the color wash, the sponge brush, and you can see all along on the pages, like right here. I've used the paint, and I'm just random, see? Random painted all over. I didn't care where the brush went. I just, even if it was a lot or it was a little bit, I did that to every page, okay? And then on about there's about 10 pages where I glued a piece of pattern paper to it and broke up the sections with the file tabs. So that's what I've done. So that's what Tangie teaches you to do. And then what I did of my own was just add in little pockets and let me find another, like tabs like this to tuck things in. Oh, see, like a little corner you could tuck things in. And I'm going to go in and add tags, excuse me. Let me find another one that doesn't have, well, just the same thing, little pockets that I have. Oh, here we go. See, like this. It's a bunch of die cuts, and I folded them in half, and then I stitched them in with my sewing machine. So I did that throughout the whole book. So, yeah, that's all I've done. See, there's more tabs right here, like that. I can tuck tags and notes and whatever. So that's it. And, oh, the tabs, it's a punch that I have. It makes the file tab this little thing, and then I ran them, each of them, through a embossing folder just to add texture, and did some inking and some doodling. So anyhow, that is my Limor, Weber, Tangie Baxter, Monica Bcdoula, Yolanda inspired junk journal that I created. And I hope you like it. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment, and I will try to get back to you in a timely manner, which you know I suck at. Anyhow, have a happy Sunday. Bye.